Leo Lund, though, up to the line. Can he extend his gap? Yes, he does. 40.09. And that was Supply Raptor up to the line. P2 for him. We have the other Red Bull of Gabori up to P4. Stays P4. The Sauber there of Sleek. P12 for him. We've got the other McLaren of Ransdell. They go into P5, overtaking Axel, sorry, and we have the other Sauber of Dom up to the line. They now go into P6, and Axel drops another place, and we have the Aston Martin of Tonio up to the line, improving by 2/10, and they take over the P8 spot from Sab. And here we go to 5 red lights for the Belgium Grand Prix. Ferrari on pole, McLaren P2, and it's go, go, go for the Belgium Grand Prix. And I do think the McLaren in P2 did actually get a pretty good start as we head down into La Source. And it is going to be side by side between those two. Casper as well down the inside. And I think Leo Lund is just going to be leading out of that one. Supply Raptor, though, he's still down the inside of the Ferraris who go up Eau Rouge and Radion side by side. Very close to contact. Thankfully, none of these drivers, though, making contact. Casper, though, is going to be in P3. Can he get the slipstream down into Le Com? But I don't think he's going for it. But Supply Raptor is going to try to go down the inside of Leo Lund as we go into Le Com. Tried to get a wheel there, but he isn't able to complete the overtake as we head through turn 9. Heading into turn 10, though, are we going to see any moves? Leo Lund moving to the inside. Supply Raptor around the outside. Can he get that move stick? As we go into No Name, and he's being forced wide there. I don't think he's got the overtake, and he does back out. Leo Lund stays in P1, but Leo Lund still leading the way by 7/10. Supply Raptor now is there. Quartz, I think, has had a spun there out of turn 15, and it's going to be a recovery drive and a half for him now to try and get back in this race. And Sab has also dropped a load of places as well. Sleek as well has been dropped down as well. Franco and Alejo, though, going side by side into the bus stop chicane. As I think 2 drivers there going in wide. That is Reese cutting the chicane, and he gets the 3-second time penalty. Axel, I believe, has got in front, and Reese tries to dive it down the inside. No, not Reese, as Franco tries to dive it down the inside of the Mercedes there. As the Haas there, I think that was of Alejo, getting all out of shape there. As we go side by side with these two, as we go through Eau Rouge and Radion. But I think Axel has just been able to stay in front of that one. But Gabori will be staying out for quite some time. In the background, though, is that Tonio trying to make a move on Dom. And it is side by side. They had a bit of contact, I think, but only marginally. But Dom stays in front. Sab also getting the move on Alejo. As I think we've had a spinner, I think. Have we? No, we haven't. We just had some brief yellow flags. So when I was, testing for my race, I would have pitted on, lap 7. But here we go, though. Dom gets past Rev Rob. He's trying to make a move on Gabori as well. Will he try it round the outside? He doesn't. Gabori stays in P3, but he cuts the chicane there. He must have picked up a warning for that. How much is he going to lose, though? Obviously, the drivers that started on the hard tyres will obviously stay out. Although I think Leo actually might come out in front of Supply Raptor, and he does. Supply Raptor is right there. He's going to have the better straight line speed. And we might see a pass from Supply Raptor here, going down the Kemmel Straights. Axel and Reese there, though, having a swap, further ahead. Here we go, though. Supply Raptor with the DRS. He's going to go round the outside, and he's already passed Leo Lund even before the braking point. But Leo Lund will have the fresher tyres at the end. Ransdell getting a move on Quartz as well in the background as well. I think Leo Lund is going to be a bit trickier. It's going to be a bit tricky to try and pull away from. Here we go, Supply Raptor making the move on Mafio. Mafio actually could do Supply Raptor a favour here and try and block Leo Lund, and he's going to try and do that, but Leo Lund round the inside, has the outside for turn 8, and easily gets that place. No match for the Haas driver is Leo Lund. Oh, Kia is actually saying apparently some rain could be in due course. That could spice things up, but again, we did see that yesterday in Division 2, but it didn't really affect anything. Casper there just has so much more speed through Eau Rouge and Radion to literally take Mafio even before I think they even got onto the Kemmel Straight, even before the DRS detection point, I think. As Leo Lund there as well, down the inside into Le Combo. I didn't even see that. But Leo Lund now into a net P1 spot. I assume we will see Leo Lund try and make a move on Reese down the straight, probably into the bus stop chicane. It's right on board with the Ferrari. I mean, Supply Raptor is there as well. Will Leo Lund send it down the inside? He pulls to the inside, and he does side by side. He technically didn't get a wheel there, so he wasn't legally obliged to have racing room, or Reese didn't legally have to give racing room, but he did. And Leo Lund makes the move, but he still has that Red Bull down his outside into La Source. as I think Leo Lund will easily get that on the exit. Yes, he does. Leo Lund up to P4. Obviously still P1. Sleek is off. Has he got a puncture? He has rear left, and I was saying it. Those tyres won't go any longer. Leo Lund, though, already on the back of Axel, and he's already passed before the DRS detection point. Leo Lund up to P3. Supply Raptor still in P6 as Tonio and Dom there go side by side through Leacom. And I think Tonio got a little bit of, had a bit of contact there. Gabori and Mafio there going side by side as well. So Gabori instantly making an impact. Already up to P9. Oh, and the rain is falling. The rain is already falling. I'm seeing it as Leo Lund tries to go down the inside. That was a very late dive there from Leo. But he manages to still remain at side by side on the exit now. And you can just see it's starting to get slippery. But Leo Lund is still down the inside. And he's just got that Aston on his outside. Leo Lund eventually gets to place though, but it is starting to rain. We'll just keep an eye on the gap to leader just to see when Supply Raptor actually catches up, as Supply Raptor and Dom are going to be side by side. Dom gets in front. And we are going to see Tonio go down the inside there of Reese into a Rouge, but he gets the move done just before. Supply Raptor, though, is going to have the ERS and DRS to try and get past Dom down this straight, and that's also another indication as to is it wet enough for instance yet if the DRS gets disabled. But despite that, Supply Raptor does not actually have the battery and the speed to go for it, as Tonio gets through on Axel as well. Reese loses down another position. Sab, though, with the battery, will he try and make a move on Mafio down the inside, going into Lecom? He's going to try for it. Side by side, latest on the brakes. And I'll tell you what, good move there from Sab to get the move on Mafio. Here we go, though. Leo Lund will ride on board with him. He's basically drifting through the corners. Gabori, he's actually losing time. Dom may actually get Gabori on the final lap, but let's just ride on board with Leo and just see how treacherous these conditions are for him. Through turn one, and he's basically slipping and sliding all over the place. He's basically on a slip and slide on those tyres. If anything, he's probably actually enjoying it. Will he lift through Rouge and Radion? He actually, there was a tiny lift, a very tiny lift, but he mainly kept it flat. Dom also gets the move on Gabori. Supply Raptor is going to be next on the list. Leo Lund, though, coming into Lecom. You can just see he just can't get the power down. Waiting. When will it grip? There it is, but he still slides through it. Supply Raptor, though, not able to get the DRS. Well, not able to get the slipstream off Gabori. 2.2 seconds. I think Gabori will finish third, but you can just see Leo Lund is really fighting the car through this last corner. You can see how treacherous it is. Dom might actually get him here. 16.4. Leo Lund through P1. He basically can't put the power down. Goes wide there. Supply Raptor gets the move on Gabori. These are treacherous conditions. Tonio gets the move as well. Leo Lund, can he hold out? Can he get the win here? Through Campus. Axel gets the move. So does Reese. Gabori is losing time so much now. 12.9 to Dom. Can Leo Lund do it? He is really fighting the car through these last few corners into turn 16. Down this main straight. Can he keep it pointing in the right way? He's still not at full power. He is now battery enabled. 10.6. How quick is that gap going down? Gabori down to P9 as it stands. He does have that 3-second time penalty, though. Leo Lund into the final corner. 9.3. I think he's just been able to do it through the right, through the left. Somehow, Leo Lund has been able to survive the treacherous conditions. He's basically drifting round the final corner. He somehow keeps the car controlled with no hands on the steering wheel. Leo Lund wins the Belgium Grand Prix in very, very treacherous conditions. Fair play to Leo Lund. Dom gets P2. Tonio managing to pass Supply Raptor. Supply Raptor actually losing 2 places, I believe. There, Tonio gets on the final step of the podium. Supply Raptor P4. Axel takes home P5 with Rev Robin P6. Casper P7. Reese P8. Ransdell P9. Gabori drops down to 10. When there's not even a second, there's not even a millisecond separating Ransdell and Gabori. That's how close that gap was. Sab P11, Mafio P12, Franco P13, Quartz P14, Franco P13, Quartz P14, Alejo P15, and Sleek in P16.